From Straight Outta Compton to GNX, I'm Luciano, and this is Bars and Beyond. We are here today with my friend Keegan Naughton and my buddy Gianni Starr, and today we're talking about Drake. As we know, he just released 3 new albums: Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor. So we'll talk about those. We'll talk about everything else. This is just straight talking about Drake today. Whether you like him or not, he's popular. You can't deny that. It's objectively true. He's one of the most streamed people on Spotify now and ever in the past. He's the most streamed rap artist. So today we're gonna be having a little conversation about him. Only seems fair with that kind of popularity. You know. Gianni, you wanna say something as we begin?
Yeah, sure. I think that, to start us off, we should talk about, Drake in general, not just like the new album. Like how we think about all of his music and all of the ways he's rapped. Because there's not just a singular way to rap.
Yeah, yeah. I think I would like to point out that Drake has definitely changed his style up a bunch of times. Um he's done more of like an R&B singing. He's done some like straight rapping. He's used auto-tune, he's not used auto-tune. He's rapped over all sorts of different beats. He's like he's tried out like every part of the
Yeah.
spectrum. Keegan, you have anything to say on that?
Nothing much from what you guys just said about him.
Now, I have a question. Which one, like all out of all those styles of rap you listed, which one do you feel, Drake was the best at?
I feel like he's more of a melodic guy. I feel like whenever he's just like straight rapping, it's not as good. And I don't mean that as a shot. Like I'm not trying to like diss on him or anything. Saying that he doesn't really have the voice to be kind of like a guy spitting like angry stuff into the mic, like talking loud. I feel like he's more of like a slow melodic kind of dude. Do you guys which one do you guys prefer? Keegan?
Mhm. I'm not sure which one I prefer. I do with like Drake, I don't really. Drake definitely isn't my favorite. Not that he's not good, but he's not my favorite.
Yeah, I think I can definitely agree with that. I relate to that. Um and I feel like uh he's worked with like a lot of people. He's worked with Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, Central C. He's worked with Eminem, Kanye West. He's worked with literally like everybody. And I feel like each of them influenced him. Like whenever he was rapping with them, he kind of rapped a little different. And like each artist that he'd worked with, he started rapping a little bit more like that artist. I feel like they kind of like rubbed off on him.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely took like relation off of those people he worked with.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Keegan, you wanna talk about like which kind of Drake is your favorite? Whether that's like hard spitting Drake or like melodic Drake, auto tune Drake, non auto tune Drake. Like out of all the different styles he's done and everything he's used,
Probably,
which one is your personal favorite?
like heart spitting Drake because he just comes up with all these like brilliant things that everybody will attempt to enjoy, and most people do enjoy it.
Yeah, I
Say
can
like
I can see how
if I
people would like that.
yeah if I had to like pick one,
I can
I'd
definitely see how
probably
people would like
choose
that. But
like Drake when he's going slow.
yeah, I agree with you, Gianni. Like I like the more melodic, slower, kind of like half rapping, half singing kind of Drake. I can definitely see how Keegan, you, and like other people would like him more hard spitting, but I feel like his voice and especially his background too, it doesn't fit him as well. Like that hard edge kind of spitting into the mic kind of thing.
Mm.
Um, Keegan, I want to hear like your reasons on why you like that Drake more than other styles that he's done.
Probably because he thinks about all these, like, everything from himself. He doesn't, like, take inspiration off of every and when he goes to, like, sing it and stuff.
Gianni, I want to hear your opinion on why you like him more slow, like I do, because I know why I like it more. I just want to hear your opinion too.
Yeah. I like, when he goes slow because you can actually understand the lyrics. I feel like when he's going slow, he's not just spitting out random stuff. He's actually saying stuff that people can relate to and they feel.
Yeah, I can totally get behind that. I feel like he's saying more like stuff that makes sense whenever he's like going like slow and half singing, half rapping, you know? And I feel like that half singing, half rapping kind of thing, that's normally not what I like out of artists. I normally like the hard edge spitting into the mic kind of stuff, but I feel like with Drake, it works better whenever he's like going slower and going like that, you know? And I feel like especially whenever you look at like his popular tracks, you'll see ones that are like how me and you like it, Gianni, with the slower, more melodic music.
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
you'll see like God's Plan, you'll see like all these different ones that are you'll see like One Dance, you'll see all the I feel like everybody, not everybody obviously, but most people can agree that they like Drake better whenever he's more melodic. It fits better.
Yeah. I also feel that that's what he's better at is going slow.
Yeah.
I feel like when he goes fast, he just, he gets lost in the words. He doesn't, think about the stuff that he says and doesn't actually put any thought behind it.
Yeah. I feel like another part of it is that it's kind of hard to be like spitting fire into the mic whenever you're talking about the kind of stuff that Drake normally talks about. And I feel like everybody can agree that kind of stuff is what Drake needs to talk about cuz he didn't experience everything else. Like he
Yeah.
everybody who like spits into the mic and they're more like rapping, it's harder for you to talk about like girls and riches and all that stuff to where more melodic it's kind of easier, um and I feel like that most people can agree that Drake needs to be talking about like girls and riches and stuff because he he didn't grow up poor. Like in that one song he said started from the bottom, now we're here. He really didn't start from the bottom, he lived in a nice house in Toronto with his parents,
Yeah.
and he wasn't like super super rich, but he definitely wasn't poor, and he didn't grow up in the hood. So I feel like he can't really be talking about the hood cuz he was never part of the hood. And I feel like it's easier to talk about the stuff he needs to talk about whenever you're
Yeah.
melodic,
Yeah. Yeah. I also feel like even
Um
though he did grow up not, without struggles and stuff, he still has stuff to relate to. Like, even though it's gonna be easier if you're rich, there's definitely gonna be struggles from being no, obviously he wasn't rich, but still there's still gonna be struggles from being, not in poverty.
yeah, I feel like it is a little hard to like make it in the rap industry. Well, it's not as hard anymore, I feel like, but it definitely still is harder than whenever you're poor to make it in the rap industry just because people associate rap with the streets, with poverty, with the hood and gangs and stuff,
Yeah.
and they see someone who comes from that and they're like, "Oh, this guy has potential," and then they see someone like Drake who didn't come from that and they're like, "Yeah, what's he going to bring to the table?" And he might be good, which Drake is. He's like you said, he's not my favorite, but he's definitely not the worst. Like there's some terrible rappers out there. I'm not going to name any right now. But yeah, there are definitely people who are way worse than Drake, and I feel like there's definitely people who are way better than Drake. I feel like he's either in the high part of mediocre or the low part of good, you know?
Yeah.
That's where I place him at least. Other people probably place him differently, but
Now, like, you definitely do have those, like, those people that just think that Drake is good because of where he came from. Now, like, I'm not saying that everybody feels that way, but definitely majority.
yeah. And I feel like that's kind of ridiculous, you know? It shouldn't matter where the rapper comes from to determine whether he's good or not. It should be the quality of his music, you know? And content, you know? The quality and content of the music, and it might be a little harder for him to put content out like these other people because he can't bring that up from his own experiences, you know? Um, Not everything at least. There's definitely some stuff, but I feel like in general, that's kind of how it is.
Now, like, how do you feel about Drake's new album?
Which one? Because there's three: Iceman, Habibti, and Maid of Honor.
Well, just in general, all the new albums,
It
because
all of them.
to be honest, I don't really.
Neither do I, honestly. I really don't. I feel like there's one or two good songs on each album, but I feel like for the most part, they're just not that good.
Yeah,
And I feel like that might be
definitely
because he's
wasn't
just trying to
his
release a lot
best
of
piece of work.
content. Yeah, yeah. Um, Out of the three, which one did you like the best?
Ooh, because like on the main one, it's between. That it's hard because it's like not to put any hate on Jake, but it's like trying to judge which dog crap looks the best.
Yeah, I feel like controversial to a lot of people online's opinion. I feel like Maid of Honor was the best, honestly. I feel like there was the most songs that sounded actually good there. I feel like
If I had to pick, it'd
Habibti
probably be Maid
was
of Honor,
probably
but
the
I'm not
worst.
sure. It's still like,
Yeah, a lot of people online say that Maid of Honor and Habibti are horrible and Iceman's actually great. I don't feel that way. I feel like they're all not good, but I feel like the order is probably number one Maid of Honor and then
oh yeah,
Iceman and Habibti is at the bottom. I really don't like that one, but
yeah. I don't feel that any of his
yeah.
new work is. He just didn't put as much effort into it. I feel like it's kind of just like to
Yeah,
keep him up
that's
there.
I feel like it is for sure, and I feel like part of it's also that, he wants to get away from his label 'cause we all know him and his label, OVO, they don't agree on a lot of stuff, and he even said that in one of his songs. He said I forget the exact words, but he said something like, "My label better set me free." And I feel like a lot of, putting out a lot of music like he did. I feel like that could be he just wants to get his contract over with, get as much stuff out of the way so that his contract with OVO is finished, so then he can get away from them. And I feel like because he's trying to release so much for that, the quality is not as good. Like it takes a long time to make
Mm,
quality music, and I feel like if you're making 3 albums worth of quality music, that should take you a couple years, and it definitely did not. That it was I don't know.
yeah,
I feel like he didn't really care about the quality because he wants to just get away from his label as fast as he can, you know?
yeah. I also feel that Drake is more like into the. He's like, if you look at some rappers, you'll see that they are in it for the music and to like spread how they feel about stuff out and out to people. I feel like Drake is just in it for like a mix of the money, the fame, and just he's not even really in it for the music. He's in it for the business.
Yeah, I feel like that's 100% true. I can definitely agree with you on that. Yeah, 100%. What do you think about like ghostwriters? You think he has you think he has ghostwriters or you think that's like fake? You think it's for everything? You think it's for some stuff? Well, about that like that situation, how do you feel about it?
I don't, in general, I don't like ghostwriters. Now, like to be honest, some of like the songs that I listen to the most have ghostwriters on it, and I'm like, and I'll go through and I'll find that out, and I'll be like, I never knew that. But for like Drake, I don't know. I feel like Drake. th- Picturing Drake with ghostwriters, just I'd expect that from him.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not everything because you can see him in credits of his own songs sometimes, and like other people's songs he's wrote for. So he has been a ghostwriter at one point, and he can write, but I feel like he uses ghostwriters a lot. Like at one point, I thought he used ghostwriters for everything because I was just ignorant and didn't check my facts. Now I know it's not everything, but it is a lot of stuff. I feel like, you know.
I definitely feel like I feel like he uses them, like I said, for the fact that he didn't put as much effort as most people would expect him to into these new albums.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, here's probably what everyone's been waiting for. His beef with Kendrick Lamar. Do you think
Ooh,
first off, who do you think won? And then explain why. And then I wanna hear your opinions on Drake's side of it. Um about like the music he put out during that time period, about the music he put out afterward as like how that beef affected him. Yeah, I just want to hear your perspective. Like, what are your opinions about it all?
I definitely feel like Kendrick won, definitely, but I feel like he only like not like us. I feel like that was the only good song that Kendrick put out after like during
Really?
that feud. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he had some other good ones, but like that was like the main one everybody knows. Everybody like if I went up to anybody and said name one song from the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, they would say not like us in a heart. No questions asked, nothing.
Yeah,
But like
that's fair.
yeah, I'm
That's
not
fair.
saying
You
that
don't like
he
you don't
had
like
that the
Euphoria
rest
though?
of them are terrible, but yeah, it's good, but I don't know. Yeah, I like it, but if like I ask somebody who doesn't know rap, they probably wouldn't even know what Euphoria is.
Yeah, that's fair. What do you feel about how do you think the beef changed Drake? Like afterwards, you know? Um like how do you think it changed his music?
I feel like it made him lose his mindset for rap. Like I feel like he lost that fire to actually keep going, as you can tell with the new album.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that actually. What do you think about Drake's shots at Kendrick on the new albums? I think they were all on Iceman though. I don't think they were on the other two.
Yeah. If yeah, to be honest, even some of Kendrick's new albums, they had good songs on it, way better than Drake's. I'm not saying that he's nearly close to Drake's new albums, but to be honest, there's only a couple good songs on Kendrick's new album also that are good. Well, newer.
GNX is the only album he put out after the beef though. Unless I'm just stupid. How actually, I'm gonna talk for once. You've been talking for a while now. I'm gonna talk about my views on the beef since you just told me yours. I feel like how you said Kendrick definitely won. I definitely agree with that. But I feel like the part where you said not like us is like it's definitely the most well known and widely spread. But I feel like it's not the greatest song he put out for the beef. I feel like Euphoria is amazing. Like I'm still bumping that to this day, you know? Um and like that by Future and Metro featuring Kendrick Lamar, that was awesome. I'll still bump that to this day. Not Like Us, it's a good song, don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's not as good as the other ones. And I Meet the Grams, I feel like that's less of a song that he wanted people to just start bumping. I feel like that's more of like directed at Drake, you know? I feel like a lot of times rappers, even like Kendrick in the beef, they make music and they don't intend it to really hurt the rapper on the inside. They intend it for fans to hear it and then the fans to stop really listening to the other rapper or stop giving them credit or stop like respecting them. And that's how they want to hurt the other rapper. Meet the Grams, I feel like that was directed. He wanted Drake to hear that and he wanted Drake to hurt inside. He wanted to make Drake like sad. He wanted to do that. And I feel like that's why people, me included, don't really bump it because it is insane at what it was directed to do, but just being played that's not really the purpose of it, I feel like. And with regards to how I think it changed him, I think it made Drake a little more careful. Cause he saw how people turned on him, which I feel like it was kind of fair that they turned on him because Kendrick is like next level, and I feel like there's no way Drake would have won. But I feel like
Yeah.
it made him more careful about who he keeps close to him, and it made him realize more that a lot of the people he thought were his good friends aren't really his good friends. They're just standing there, like they're there for the perks.
Yeah. They're just using him almost.
Yeah. You want to know what I thought was surprising actually? That Drake brought back Future, like on cuz Future was dissing Drake, and it was on a
Yeah.
Future song that the whole Kendrick and him thing started. And now apparently we're supposed to believe that they're just magically made up and friends. I feel like that's a little questionable, yeah, it's a little weird to me. I kind of feel like the whole Kendrick beef kind of see I don't really know because Kendrick made some insane claims about Drake, calling him like a pedophile and
Oh yeah.
rapist and stuff. And Drake made some kind of insane claims calling Kendrick uh a dude who beats his wife, and I feel like I'm not really sure that they're true. Like I definitely don't think that Kendrick beats his wife. I think Drake made that up for sure. And I'm not sure if I really believe what Kendrick said either, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little far fetched. Like maybe Drake's a little weird, but I don't think he's a full on like pedophile rapist, like that thing that Kendrick was trying to say he was. Like maybe Drake's a little on the weird end, like around stuff like that, but maybe he's I don't know. I don't really think he's full fledged like that.
Yeah, yeah. They were both making some interesting claims, but I don't feel
Yeah.
that any of them, you know, do most of that stuff. I feel like that was just them trying to get back at each
Yeah,
other,
yeah, yeah.
and like, yeah,
Yeah, 100%. A lot of people say that was a low point in both of their careers. And I can definitely see where they're coming from since like they both kind of made some stuff up and said some stuff that maybe they shouldn't have. But I do feel like a lot of their best music was made in that time. And I also feel like they gained a whole lot of popularity in that time. Like everybody was talking about the Kendrick and Drake beef. Everybody was playing their music to see who was better. They were having arguments online all the time. And I feel like that skyrocketed them in popularity.
yeah,
And I feel like it pushed them to their limits and they were making some great music. So I don't really feel like it's that low point that a lot of people are saying it was. Maybe they made some mistakes and maybe they shouldn't have done some things, but I still feel like overall that was pretty good for their career. It was pretty good for us as listeners to be able to enjoy the great music that they made. Um but I feel like people take the fact that they made some stuff up, they said some stuff that wasn't true, and some stuff that maybe they shouldn't have. And yeah, that's not the greatest, but I feel like they're kind of using that to try to cancel
yeah,
out the fact that they made great music during that time and they
yeah,
they gained like lots of popularity,
yeah. And to be honest, just because Drake lost like that beef doesn't mean he didn't gain anything from it either. I mean, he was gaining tons of like listeners during that time. I mean, yeah, he might have lost some,
Yeah.
but he still gained a ton of
Yeah.
like, people who listened to like the songs that he put out. Even if they weren't that good of songs, they were still listening just to see like what he would say.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like Drake kinda his songs are kind of forgotten when you talk about the beef. But I feel like they were some of his best songs of his career, I feel like just because he lost the beef and just because Kendrick's songs were very obviously better. People kind of sleep on the fact that these are some actual good songs. Like Push Ups by Drake, that was a great song. Like I don't care what you say. That was good. And yeah, I feel like a lot of stuff is good
Oh,
from Drake at that time. Um but again, I see why people don't talk about it as much whenever you look at Kendrick's songs, but like Drake definitely made some good stuff at that point.
yeah. Goes back into like what we were saying about his albums and not putting effort in. He put so much effort into those songs during that time. That's the reason why he
Yeah.
was definitely putting out better music than to be honest ever before. I mean, yeah, he had some good songs like God's Plan, all that stuff, but
Yeah,
like
100%
in
true.
general, that was probably his best time.
Yeah. So I want to pause the discussion right here to have you play a little game, okay?
Welcome to Top 3.
I want you to guess what Drake's 3 most popular songs on Spotify are right now. I'll give you 5 chances and I'll tell you if you get one right. I got it pulled up on my phone right here. So, take your guesses.
Ooh. I mean, I'd say one of them was God's Plan, but like with all the new like albums and stuff, I'm not sure.
Is that a guess or were you just talking out or
No, that's not a
thinking
guess.
out loud?
That's not a guess. No, I'm just thinking out loud.
Okay.
So you have God's Plan, but I feel like that'd probably be like top 10, but probably not top 3. Uh, then you have. Uh, I'm trying to think like what would be the song from like the new albums that people listen to the most.
I'll tell you this hint. 2 of the top 3 are from they're new stuff. One of them isn't.
Is I'm just gonna ask a question. Is one of them? Oh God, I don't know. This is because I have like 5. Yes. Okay, so you said 2 of them are from the newest things. One of them isn't. God,
Yeah.
that's really hard. I feel like the 2 I could probably get, but probably not the last one. Okay, so man, I'm gonna take a pen and paper and write this stuff down. So if I had to guess, I'm just gonna take a guess. I don't feel like I said. I
Okay.
think this might be top 10, but probably not top 3. Is one of them God's Plan? Just a guess, just a random, out of the blue guess.
It is not. And actually, I'm looking here, it's not top 10 either. Only 2 of the top 10 are not from new stuff. Everything else is new, which is surprising actually. But
Whoa, I did not expect that. Ah,
yeah.
I need to get one of these right. Uh, so if oh my god, that's so crazy that like okay, so 2 of them is not top. So 2 of them that are top 3 is not new. One of them, I mean no, 2 of the 3 is new. That's top 10. The one is old. So
Yeah. Number 1 is new, number 2 is old, and number 3 is new. So,
okay, wow, I did not expect that. Dang it. Number 1. I'm trying to like go through all of the new albums and see like which one would be played the
okay,
most.
I'll give you a hint. Nothing in the top 10
Okay.
is from Habibti or Maid of Honor. It's all the new stuff is Iceman.
Okay, yeah. I figured that. Yeah, because I did just check. It was a while ago. It's probably like, ooh, probably 2 weeks ago. But I did check and I remembered one of the top ones being from Iceman. If it's from Iceman, then that could be. Do I have a pen and paper? I can write this stuff down. Hold on. I'm gonna just. Ooh. So if they're from Iceman, that could be. There's only like a handful of them that I feel people would actually listen to. But to be fair, I remember when it first released, everybody just started listening to all of them anyways.
You want another hint?
Here, wait, just give. Okay, so the second one is old. How old? Like what year?
Ooh, after 2016.
So
2016.
10 years ago. That could be. What did he release 10 years ago? Oh, 10 year. Wasn't 10 years ago. Okay, wait. This will be like the last hint I'll ask you to give me. What album is the second one from? Because I feel like I can get the second one.
It's on Views. On Views.
Oh god, why can't I remember anything? Was it? No, that wasn't. I wasn't on that. I'm trying to think of like his popular songs that people actually like. I was no.
Here, I've got a hint for you. If you want it, take it. If not, then don't. But you want it?
I'll take it. I want to say one of the
For the
things,
number
but I
one
feel I'm almost positive I'm wrong.
For the number one song, think Miami Sound.
What?
For the number one most popular song right now, think Miami Sound. Remember, this one's off of Iceman. Think about the one that was influenced by Miami.
In Miami. That's oh wait, wait, I think I know this, I know this, I know this. Ooh.
I
Uh
don't know.
I know this. God. So wait, it's not I'm trying to get the second one, because if I get the second one, I'm most likely going to get the other number 3 and number 1. Okay, is number 2 no, that wouldn't be right. I was gonna say number 2 could be started from the bottom, but I don't think so. It's between number 2. I'm almost positive that one of these is wrong, but like I feel like number 2 could be either Hotline Bling, or started from the bottom. God dang it! I know this too.
Started from the bottom's not on views. I'm looking at the track list.
Ooh, that's okay. So you said that number 3 and number 2 are both from Iceman.
Yes. No. Number one and number three are from Iceman. Number two is
Oh
from
yeah, no,
Views.
not number 2, number 1, and number 3. I meant
Yeah, number one, think Miami Sound.
Miami.
I feel like I've given you a lot of hints, man.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going through like all the ones that I know are on Iceman, but and like I'm going through and I'm thinking like which ones people would actually listen to. So I need to get this right. I need at least one. Please. Okay, so there's Van to Atlanta. There's Beats on the Table, Empty. Make them pay. I'm just gonna take a random guess. Was one of them Ran to Atlanta?
It was not. Ran to Atlanta's number 6. You still got 3 guesses.
Number 6. Oh God. Oh God. What about think of Miami? God, that Miami thing. It's like putting me there, but it's also throwing me off. This is this is making me mad because I should know these.
But like if you don't get it and I end up telling you, you're probably going to be so disappointed in yourself cuz it'll be obvious when I tell you, bro.
I am. I am gonna be disappointed. That's the problem. I don't want to be disappointed. 3 guesses. So wait, if I get one right, does that count for a guess?
It does. Yeah. We don't want this taking like 4 years, but
Oh God. So I have to get all of the. Okay. I have to get all of these right now. Or at least get one right. Is God. This is gonna be a long shot, but is one of them what did I miss?
it is not. What did I miss is number 10 on the top 10.
No. Okay. I need to lock in. Oh. Miami. God, this is not good. My self-esteem is plummeting to the ground right now.
Okay, let me give you a hint. None of them have features. None of them
Oh,
have a feature
that's
on them.
really like that actually helped. But I don't know if I know most of the ones of you know.
Oh, sorry. I'm stupid. Number 1 and number 3 don't have features on them. Number 2, which is the one from Views, has 2 features on it. It features WizKid and Kyla.
Oh God.
I'll also give you this hint. Number 1 and 3 are
I
explicit
already said.
songs.
I
Number
also
2
said.
is not explicit.
Oh, okay. Number 2 is not a. God, I need like a because I already said. Ran to Atlanta. I already said. Okay, yeah. There's like now I'm just trying to think of every song because I'm trying to just stick to Iceman, but like it's also like I think I could get number 2 and number 1, but I'm trying them both at the. Okay, I only have 2 more guesses. I need to get at least one right. I'm going to focus on Iceman because I don't feel like I'm ever gonna be able to get number 2. I mean, I will, but like I'd rather get 1 and 3.
Number 2 will probably like
Okay,
make you mad
so
when you realize you didn't get it, but
it probably will, but if you had to pick for number 1 and 3 out of the new Iceman album, which one of them would be your favorite out of all?
oh, Oh, guessing probably number 3.
Probably number 3. And knowing you, that could be. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the other one I said from Iceman? Because I don't want to do it again. I already said Ran to Atlanta, and then did I say? Oh yeah, what did I miss? I said what did I miss? God, I'm gonna take a long shot again and go. I'm just going for number 3 now. Go for the long shot. Is it? No, that wouldn't be number 3. Okay, is it? Is it Make Them Pay?
It is not Make Them Pay. Make Them Pay is not on the top 10.
Not even on top 10?
Mm-mm.
That's crazy.
Not sure where it
I
is.
did not expect
Spotify only
that.
shows you top 10. Yeah. You got one guess left. You
Okay, I
gonna
have one guess to get
take a
one
long
right.
shot?
One right. Okay. No, because like I need to get one
Okay,
right.
for number 2, just think of his like most popular. Just think of his most popular songs of all time, bro. For number 2.
Most popular.
Yeah, it's from Views. It's got Wizkid and Kyla on it. Think of his most popular songs.
Okay, most popular song for number 2. I'm trying to think of like for Spotify. No. Ooh, for 1 and 3. I think I could get 3. It's not Land to Atlanta. I already said Land to Atlanta. I said, wait, did I say National Treasure? No, I didn't. Could be
Are you
National Treasure.
are you guessing
That's when I
National Treasure?
realized people play. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, National Treasure. I'm walking it in. National Treasure.
National Treasure is on the top 3. It is number 3.
Ah,
Yeah. You want to hear number 2?
alright, tell.
Number 2 was One
Yeah,
Dance.
I should have knew that one.
Number 2 Number 1 was Janice STFU.
Oh my, STFU. No, I could have knew that too.
Told you, bro. Think of
I
Miami
should have got
Sound.
number 1. I should have got number 1 all the way. Number 1 should have been like my first guess. Like STFU should have been my first guess. That's probably the one I listened to the most out of all of them, and I still didn't guess that. Like when I listened to that album, that's probably the one I listened to, like, actually listened to the most. That that hurts my self-esteem. That hurts my ego, not getting that right. Yeah, I should have known that. Are you kidding me? And then National Treasure, that should have been like my first guess. Also,
Yeah, National Treasure is huge, bro. It's number
wait,
3.
what spot
But
did you
like I
say?
feel like I hear it everywhere.
What spot did you say Ran to Atlanta was in again?
Let me check. I gotta pull it back up. Ran to Atlanta was number 6.
Wow. So I was really close. That's probably the closest one
Yeah,
other
I
than,
can't believe you didn't get One Dance.
National Treasure.
Yeah, I really can't believe you didn't get One
Hey, I'm
Dance
just
though.
happy I got one at
That
least.
one got me a little disappointed in you, bro.
I know, like, no, because, like, oh god, I'm disappointed in myself also, because I know that too. I've listened to that. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
I have that on one of my playlists that hit. Okay, so we can we can just say that I'm not the best at guessing. I should have focused on number 2. So my self-esteem wasn't so hurt.
It's been fun, folks. See you next time on Top 3.
You think you could give us your opinion on Drake features on both sides of the spectrum, on like people who featured on his songs and on whenever he featured on other people's songs?
Personally, most of the songs that I've seen that he's featured on, I've liked because he doesn't, do the way he normally does, and he tries to, keep the person who he's featuring for, tries to keep their flow. But now, when people feature on his, yeah, I like it, but there's just like, I prefer when he's featured on other people's stuff, not whenever he has featured. Like, people are featured on it. Not saying that, that means the people who are featuring on there are bad. I'm just saying, I feel like it's better whenever he's the one being featured. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I can totally see that, honestly. I feel like a lot of times he actually sounds better on a feature than like on his own stuff for whatever reason that is. But what do you think about how he's had like everybody feature like on his songs? Like he's had, as I said before, he's had Future, he's had Kendrick Lamar, he's had Eminem, he's had Central C, he's had Kanye West, he's had Lil Wayne, he's had like everybody, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He has
how do you
had a
feel
lot
about
of people
how he's like
work with him.
worked with so many people?
I honestly, I feel like that's a great thing that he wrote it for a lot of people. Now, like,
Yeah.
yeah, that could end up, giving you a bad reputation of not being able to write your own songs and stuff like that. But like, I personally feel that that's better for his songs, and his and his social profile all around. I feel like that just makes him like a better rapper, a better singer, a better artist, a better everything.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. I do feel like that can create a lot of like problems if they don't get like invited to feature on his songs again, or if he like turns down an offer to feature on their songs, because like there's so many people, and I feel like if you have that many people and you like turn somebody down, it can kind of cause like a rift.
Yeah, yeah. Because it'd be like, you have all these people, you accepted all their offers, but like you're just gonna decline mine. It seems like you're just like, that seems like a shot at them, and not, just business like it is.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like that creates also a lot of opportunity to like beef with him. Because like if you go after, like, there's so many people that if you go after them, they could call Drake to try to see. So like I feel like that could be like, if you want to start a beef with Drake, you start by dissing all his little guys. But I feel like that could also be like kind of like a protection thing. It's like you don't like these people, but it's like,
Yeah.
oh no, Drake he's riding with them, and like we don't want to mess with him. But
It gives him like that,
um
it makes it seem like he's more powerful than you, if that makes any sense. It makes him seem like if you're the one dissing him, then it makes it seem like, everybody else is gonna come and diss at you because been they've already been on Drake's songs and all that. Which, to be honest, yeah, that
yeah.
happens a lot. But since Drake has so many people, I feel like if somebody dissed, not that many people would care because there's so many of
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like Kendrick Lamar like brought that up in a diss. Cause Drake brought it up actually. Drake said it's a 20v1 or something, and then Kendrick said it's not a 20v1, it's a 1v20. But I feel like that kind of what Kendrick said really brings it to mind. Like you get to think about it, and I feel like you can definitely see. Um, cause like
yeah.
there's definitely like there's some correlation with that.
I I I feel that, like, if you go back through and like look at the Kendrick and Drake beat, you'll see that like it seems like Drake is almost playing more defense than offense, if that makes sense. It seems like he's trying to protect his image instead of, no, yeah, of course, like, when he says like Kendrick beats his wife and all that stuff, and like beats people and all that stuff. It obviously, shows that he's taking shots at it. But if you see, it also makes it seem like he's playing more defense and trying to protect his social image
Yeah.
more than, you know, bring Kendrick's social image.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like how I said before, it kind of changed his perspective on like who's there for him. Like he's more cautious now with like friends and stuff. I feel like that's because he was expecting people to come up and start dissing Kendrick for him and like take his side, and nobody really did, which again, as I said before, it's probably because they could realize Kendrick is like next level and they probably shouldn't mess with him. But
And I always like, I feel that the reason people didn't start dissing Kendrick was the fact that they didn't want to make it, they didn't want to potentially ruin their career because they could already see what was going to happen if they went, like, they seen what was happening with Drake and Kendrick and what was happening to Drake, and they didn't want that to be them. So that's why they didn't, take any shots at Kendrick.
yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Um and I feel like I can totally see where they're coming from with that. Okay, let's segue. I think, well, I want to ask you first about the song Forever, which has been labeled as the best rap collab of all time. It was Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne, and Kanye West. Those were the giants at the time. They're still pretty giant now. Even if not as much as before. But I want to hear I want to hear your thoughts on it. Who do you think did the best? Why do you think it worked? Everything about it. All your opinions. Just tell me.
Ooh. Uh, I mean, to be honest, my opinion, and if I know anything about you, your opinion would probably be just as biased. But I mean, in that time, I'm not really like and I know you are too. I'm a huge Eminem. I mean, I have like
Yeah, you can see it. Wall back
playlists
there
of
or back
yeah,
there.
on the wall. There's a post. Yeah, like I mean, I have playlists full of all of his songs, all different types of albums. I mean, so I feel, in my opinion, I feel like he did the best. But that, my opinion is obviously super biased. If I go back and like look at it, maybe my opinion would be different. But you know, just right now at this moment, it's biased, and I feel like Eminem did the best. And I think he did the best because
I feel like
obviously I'm biased, but I think he did the best because Eminem shows emotion in his song. If that makes any sense at all, he
yeah.
shows emotion. No, obviously, like in his songs, he's not. You don't, like hear him crying in his songs. I guess some you could hear like crying. I guess,
Well,
but
yeah.
like
Kim.
you know,
Yeah.
they show there's a weight behind his words.
Yeah. I feel like even unbiasedly, probably did the best in that song. Like you even so like on interviews, Kanye West has said he scrapped his entire verse and rewrote it because he heard Eminem's and thought his didn't stand up to it. And Lil Wayne scrapped different parts of his verse, not the whole thing, but he rewrote some of it when he heard Eminem's. So I feel like the fact that they even did that kind of shows that it's like on a different level. But I feel like he kind of brings a different energy too. I feel like everybody else is like they kind of bring one energy, like, yeah, we're in this thing, right? This is we got up here, we built ourselves up, and then you get to Eminem and he's like, I'm the one. I'm like leagues ahead of everybody else in the game. Like I don't know, he brings a completely different energy to the song. Um and I think it's cool that it's like fully collaborative. It wasn't really like features, because I know it's
Yeah,
on Eminem's album, it's on Drake's album. I'm not sure if it was on Lil Wayne or Kanye's albums or released as a single on theirs. Um, I might have to check that later because I kind of want to know. But that is pretty cool though.
yeah. I also feel like Eminem did, like you said, he just brings a whole new energy to it. I mean, not just the fact that he like the way he raps is super fast paced and you can understand words, but like I feel like the reason he's so good is because of like not only because of where he came from, but also because of like not obviously I'm not saying if you're like a certain race or something that you're better at something, but like because he was white, he had like obviously at the start it would be harder for, but once he made it up there, he would really make it up there. And one of the major factors of that is because he was. I mean, because like if you look back on it before that, he's probably like the main reason that like all these white kids like me for example are even into.
Yeah. And I feel like it was also really like everyone was taken aback by Eminem's verse because this was like Eminem had just taken a break off for like a really long time. And he came back with Relapse, right? And not many people liked Relapse. Personally, I think I do like Relapse. I don't think it's his best ever, but I feel like it's better than
Oh, yeah.
like the Marshall Mathers LP2 or like Revival. But I feel like that was kind of like an anthem for him. It was different from everything else on Relapse. It was like they got to see like the old him flash for a second.
Yeah. Now, to be honest, even though Relapse is a great album, it is probably one of his most messed up albums too. I mean, like I love the I. To be honest, no, obviously it's not his best, but like that's probably in my top five for Eminem album, maybe even top. And the fact that he could make those like messed up songs, like obviously I'm not gonna say any of the lyrics because that's oh god the super bad. But for example, Insane from Relapse. That is one of the most messed up
Bro,
songs ever,
that
but
song's
it is. one of
It
the most
is.
amazing songs I've ever heard.
Yeah, 3 a.m. is also pretty, and Buffalo Bill.
Oh,
The whole album's just weird, but
that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, I remember when I a long time ago when I first was starting to listen to rap. I went through and I started from Eminem. Like I made a list of Eminem albums and I listened to them every single day until I finished all the albums.
mhm.
And like I remember when I finished Relapse, I went through and I checked posts about Relapse, and I remember Eminem seeing like a podcast or something about Eminem where like it's a couple years after the album, obviously, and he
Yeah.
goes like, "I'm sorry for Relapse. I'm
Yeah, I've
sorry, I
seen
didn't
that
even
too,
know what
bro.
I was talking."
Yeah, it's the one where he's like he says like there are some albums where I look back on and I'm just like, ah, why did I say that? And he's like, one of those is Relapse. Um, I I kind of had this weird serial killer vibe thing, and I was doing a lot of voices, and but yeah, it was
Just to like circle all that back to like Drake. If Drake made one of those songs, I don't feel like he could ever come back from that. Like people would probably hate him if he made one of those songs
yeah,
more than
yeah.
they already.
Feel like yeah, I feel like part of that is the time.
Yeah,
And I think part of that is like his image. It's just different, you know? Drake isn't known as like the crazy guy who did some messed up stuff and saw messed up stuff. Drake is like the chill, kind of relaxed dude who has got money and goes to parties, you know?
I mean, if you go and you look at Eminem's newest album, even that's pretty bad. I mean, he talks about like gay rights, all that stuff, and like
And yeah,
then
like
like
midgets too, you know?
yeah, all that
I
stuff.
feel like that
But like
one's
I feel
kind
like
of
people
more about
don't
like
care as much about that because it's Eminem. I feel like people don't care that much because it's Eminem. They know, he says crazy stuff,
yeah.
all that.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of the reason why they listen to him, and the reason why people listen to Drake is for a completely different reason. You know, like you'll listen to him at different times. Like I don't know. I'm not a good example for this because I'll listen to Eminem like anytime. But I feel for most people, you're not gonna listen to that like as you're winding down and turning in for the night. But like people listen to Drake when they're doing that, you know. Um, and yeah, I feel like they're just different people and make different kinds of music with different moods. And because of that, it's more okay for one person to do something than the other one to do something just because of what they do before and what people expect, you know?
And like if I were to, choose between like if I was not a Eminem, if I had to choose between, listening to a Drake album or an Eminem album, or like you could use any other rap, even if like I wasn't a rap fan. If I were to choose between Drake and like let's say 50, I would choose 50 Cent any day of the week, no matter if I had ever listened to rap.
Yeah.
Because like if you gave somebody who was like I don't know a country fan and like the country, if you told them to listen to a Drake album in the 50s and like or just even a song, just choose a song from 50 Cent and they would probably choose 50 Cent probably over 90% of them. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's the
I could see
fact
that.
that one yeah I feel like that's the fact that Drake, yeah, he's a good rap, but he just doesn't put any passion behind his songs. I mean, yeah, there's a couple songs, but he doesn't put the energy into it. All these other rappers like Eminem and all them, and that's
Yeah.
why I
I can
like
see that.
Eminem and all that because they give you stuff to relate.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Well, I think I think it's about time to wrap it up. So, hope you enjoyed this episode. Um, you'll probably see Gianni again in a lot of these. He's one of my close buddies. I know he enjoys rap
I
like
hope you'll
I
see me
do. I
again.
know he is willing. Yeah. I know he's willing
Yeah,
to do this. But yeah, I just let me hear your takes, your ideas, your thoughts in the comments. Um, I'll read them. I'll take ideas you see. But yeah, hope you liked it. And this is first episode. I hope it was a good first episode. So it makes you want to come back, see what we do next. But yeah, bye. I'm Luciano. This has been Bars and Beyond. See ya.